Hello, my friends. It's Win. How are you? Today I wanted to talk about sound. I'm out in the garden and it's really beautiful. I hear birds. I hear a big airplane, which is sort of unusual now in these COVID days. I wonder what the birds are saying them to themselves, to each other. One time I was talking to a friend who had been married for like 45 years, and I said to him, what was the secret to a happy marriage? And he said, it was the sound of your voice, which surprised me. And then I thought about it. When you call someone up and they answer your call, how do they sound when they answer your call? Do they sound happy to hear from you? Or do they sound disgruntled? It's so much nicer when someone is cheerful when you call. How about this sound? Wow. My invitation for you today is to find a sound that you really love, whether it's a bird or a bell or the sound of a friend's voice, and really listen to it and enjoy. People tell me that I'm the most positive person that they met, and I think that's led to having an amazing life. So I wanted to teach you a little bit about positivity and the things that I do to have fun. So today I'm sitting in the garden with my friend Kellen. He's behind the camera. And we did one little conversation on sound, sort of the sound of your voice and how you sound when someone calls you. And really makes a difference when you pick up the phone, what sound you hear on the other end, the receptivity or the block from the friend that calls you. And looking around the garden, I started seeing all these incredibly gorgeous flowers, and just made me take pause. That's what I wanted to invite you today to do, is like really take pause and look at things. Like, look at this flower over here. Can you show them the inside of this flower, Calvin? Show them the inside of this flower right here.
Isn't that incredible?
You know, I find that here in Silicon Valley especially, there's always this pressure or this mode of being to just go, go, go. And my goal is to be still, be still, be still. And just really feel whatever's around you at the time. Maybe take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And now take a look around you and look at the same thing that you looked at a moment ago. And you'll see it looks just a little bit brighter. Helen, what do you think? Does things look brighter to you now?
Everything.
Do you feel more peaceful?
Feel calm and relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel good to feel calm and relaxed?
Much better.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to get busy and feel like you gotta make something, and sometimes it's just a matter of being still. I think that our Creator, God, talks to us through our heart, not really our minds, or our heart, how we're feeling. And then we get some good ideas and some inspiration. And when you quiet your mind, then you can hear your heart. I think that each of us has the power within us, that each of us has the knowing, that the divine lives within our own hearts. and that if you take the time to be quiet, you can hear it. A lot of times we want to seek advice and inspiration from other people and other places, and you don't necessarily need to do that. It's great to have an awesome song to put on that gets you dancing and gets you moving, or some art on the wall that you just love. But inside of you is everything that you need to know. You just got to remove the layers. Those layers are phone calls and movements and activity for the sake of activity. You know, in our family, COVID has really been a blessing because my father's living with me now, as you guys all know, and that's just been totally awesome. He's 86, so I actually see another way of living than I was living before he got here. Much more frantic movement. And with the latest curfew, you're forced to stay at home. So you have a choice to flip on a TV and watch something fun and mindless, which sometimes is fun to do, or you can sit in your garden and listen and see what ideas come to you. Take care of yourself. Your body's pretty amazing, and it will tell you what it needs and when it needs it. So when you're thirsty, drink. When you're tired, sleep. When you feel like being creative and dancing, be creative and be dancing. I don't know who invented the 9 to 5. I guess it was the Industrial Revolution that sort of brought that, but I don't think that's the natural rhythm of how we work and how we operate. So I'm getting in touch with my natural rhythm right now to determine how I work and what I create and what I produce and how I connect with God. And how I connect with you. I hope you feel calmer after watching this video. I hope you find peace. I hope you have fun. I was just talking to Kellen. Kellen, how do you want to be referred to?
Director, producer.
Okay, Kellen, my director, producer, who's awesome. That's the voice of Kellen. And where are you going to school now?
Babson College.
Babson in Boston, my hometown, Beantown. Go Patriots! Woo! Got that in for Dad. And we were just talking about a few things and sort of where you get your inspiration or so forth. I guess Kellen wanted a story. He said, "Tell a story." You know, I remember when I was a little kid. I was probably like 8 or 9, and or 10, maybe 10, and somehow I just got this little saying in my head, which was that you have the power within you to do whatever you want. And I don't know where it came from. I remember standing in Wayland, Massachusetts, in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, and just saying, "You have the power within you to do whatever you want." Maybe I said, "I have the power within me to do whatever I want." I can't remember. I think back. But let's say it together right now. Let's say it together. I have the power within me to do whatever I want. I have the power within me to do whatever I want. I have the power within me to do whatever I want. I don't know where the power comes from. I think, people call it God, and I believe in God. I believe in a maker and a higher power, and I believe that God dwells in us and that God talks to us through our heart. So I think we get messages all the time. It's that little voice, that little thing. Like, you never go wrong when you follow the voice within your heart. People say, "Oh, I knew I should have done that." And there's regret there when they said, "I knew I should have done that," because they heard a voice in their head and they didn't listen to the voice in their head. You never hear anyone say to you, "I heard this voice in my head and I listened to it and I followed your heart." They'll never say they went wrong. They'll always know they did the right thing. So, in this time of COVID-19 and time out at home, it's such a great opportunity to hear what's in your own heart. I got an email yesterday, which I was sad to receive, but also happy, and that was for my hairdresser, whom I haven't seen in a while, Elizabeth. But Elizabeth decided to retire from haircutting. She had been the artistic director at Vidal Sassoon. She had been flown all over the world to cut people's hair. And I haven't spoken with her yet, but this COVID gave her the space to really realize that she wanted to stop cutting hair. So I wonder what COVID's giving you the voice to do. How is it empowering you? You know, we've all put our masks on for COVID-19, and we're all 6 feet apart. And we're going to be taking those masks off. I mean, Kellen used to show up and he was wearing a mask the whole time, and then I said, well, you're 6 feet away. You can take your mask off. So he's got his mask off. I didn't even know what he looked like for the first few days that he was here. Very cute, 19. Any young 19-year-olds out there? Are you single, Kellen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, send me your email. We'll see. We'll do a dating thing for Kellen. Anyway, he's very nice. But you know, I didn't really know who he was because he had the mask on. He took his mask off. And part of doing this podcasting is taking my own mask off and sharing with you a little more about who I am and you know, the things that I've learned in my life so that you can learn from your life. And the thing that I want to talk to you about today is listening to those messages. So when I was 10 years old, I heard that message, I have the power within me to do whatever I want. And somehow I forgot that along the way, and there were different points in my life when I remembered it, but I sure remember it now. And what I want to do right now is a podcast for you. So send me your notes, let me know what you like. Kellen, any particular email we want to use right now? Okay, yourfriendwin@gmail.com. Okay, love you, talk to you later. Thanks so much, bye-bye.